Hey YouTube, this is going to be a video on pretty much scapegoating and a number of things, but I would like to say that first of all, the coronavirus seems to be here. It's in America now. The coronavirus is in America, and I'm sure that's going to be something else. Um, I don't think it will reach anything like a plague. I don't think that's going to happen. They've done this before. They've said this before. It's a scare tactic. And I think if Bernie Sanders gets the nomination, I think that the current ruling establishment are very scared that Bernie Sanders will win and become our president. And I think that's got a lot to do with why they're playing this up to be such a big deal. But nevertheless, I want to talk about scapegoating and the scapegoating of pretty much what amounts to white men in this country. And here's the thing: you see this all the time. Harvey Weinstein is a multi-millionaire, he sexually harasses and sexually assaults women. And this is a sign of male privilege. No, that's a sign of class privilege. He gets away with what he does because he has more money than other people. And even he eventually got brought down, by the way. You have WE. They go to Saudi Arabia a couple of years ago, and they go to about a year and a half ago, and they go to Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia doesn't let them put on a show with the women in it. So they come back here and they put on a show with women in it, and it's like, well, everything's even now because we have a show only for the women. Just like in Saudi Arabia, we had a show only for the men. But here's the thing: that's not in America. Saudi Arabia has those rules and those laws. You come to America and you slap men in this country. You debase us and degrade us, and when we're born, you mutilate our genitals. At the same time, you protect females from genital mutilation. That's not right. We didn't do this to you. Saudi Arabia did that to you. You're blaming men in this country for something we have nothing to do with. Just like with Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein was raping you and sexually assaulting and sexually abusing you. And there are other people, and I can't think of his name, the guy that played, he was a kid in the Lost Boys, and he played in a movie called Modelo of Blood from Tales of the Crypt. He talked about in Hollywood, there are sex crimes committed against underage boys. You have the Catholic sex scandal, the cover-up at the highest order, highest hierarchy of the Vatican, including possibly going up to the Pope himself at one point. Perhaps not the one now, but at one point, maybe Benedict or whoever, it went up to the Pope himself. That said, that was covering up sex crimes against children. But you know what? And also, girls, women that are teachers having sex with underage boys, and we laugh that off. And there's a movie I like a lot. In fact, I love the movie, and it's called "That's My Boy" by Adam Sandler. And I think it's a fucking hilarious movie, and I like the movie a lot. But it's part of it is centering around underage sex. This teacher has sex with this underage boy. And you trivialize that, but you wouldn't do that for a guy. I don't care what he looked like, So the point is, I'm not denying that women don't have problems, that you're not, for example, in Alabama, you can have an abortion. Of course, there are castrating men now in Alabama that are committing sex crimes. And of course, that could be anything from a 70-year-old screwing an 8-year-old to an 18-year-old screwing a 17-year-old. It could go any way, shape, and form. You can't really control laws like that. And that's part of the problem with them. Your laws are very lopsided and out of order because it's hard to control laws in this country. And part of that is it is largely just based on a number. But nevertheless, the point is, women in Alabama can't have an abortion, and there are problems, I'm sure, in this country with sexual discrimination or gender discrimination against women. But here's the question, and here's the same question I would also even ask black people, and black people certainly have a lot more problems, in my opinion, than at least white females do. Um, and there are a lot of reasons for black people to be angry. But here is the problem. Um, who are you blaming, and why are you blaming them? And what are you blaming the right people, and what are you blaming them for? Now, here's the question: is it possible you're blaming me, and you're saying that that guy, that bad guy, National Communism 666, he did something to me? He's a bad guy. Or is it possible that maybe the guy that really did do it, maybe he's putting the blame off of me, and maybe the guy that did it, he's blaming me, and he's putting that blame off of me, and maybe I don't deserve that blame. Maybe I didn't do anything. Maybe I'm not responsible for problems concerning females, black people, you name the group. Maybe I didn't really do anything wrong. Maybe I'm just trying to live my life, and maybe they're getting a big kick out of seeing us fight each other. Is that not possible? Anyways, that's all. P666.